IIMs, one of the strong brands in India for management education, as well as it's very popular across the globe. So hi everyone, my name is Rohit Jha, and in this video I'm going to specifically talk about the one-year MBA program that they offer, full-time MBA program that they offer for executives. But before I start, please do subscribe to our channel. Please press the blue icon at your screen and press the bell icon as well, so that whenever we'll upload any video, you'll get a lot of guidance on your career, on your interview skills, professional profiling, overseas MBA, MIM and MS programs, etc. So before I start, let me just tell you, I'm going to talk about this program in 4 basic steps. First, of course, I'll give you a program overview, and then I'll move to the program eligibility or the prerequisites. And third, I'll talk about some of the highlights of the program. And last is the program's application process and how actually you can get into this program. So let's start with the program overview. Now, this one-year MBA program offered by IIMs is actually targeted for people who have substantial work experience in their career, and they are actually ready to take on mid to senior level roles as well as a career transition after this MBA program. So this is intended for those people. Now this is actually an MBA program which is at par for most of the global MBA programs. The other program that IIMs offer for a 2-year MBA, that's very much equivalent to an MIM program across the globe. Now let's talk about who offers these programs. So initially it was offered by the top 6 or the oldest IIMs, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Indore, Kozhikode as well as Lucknow. Now this has been extended to 2 more IIMs, Udaipur as well as Shillong. So now total 8 IIMs offer this program. Now this program is for 1 year. It starts from April every year, and if you see, the average age for this particular program would be more than 30 years, 30 plus. And of course it varies from IIMs to IIMs, because for the 2 new IIMs a little bit deviation is seen from the rest 6 of the IIMs. Now if you talk about the average work experience, that's also on the very higher side. It's more than almost 8.5 years or 9 years. But that doesn't mean they don't take young people. There are people who have got 5 or 6 years of experience. They are also part of this batch. But the average actually moves more than 9 years for most of the IIMs. If you talk about the batch size, so they have a very small batch size ranging from 110 to 140 for all the IIMs. So it's quite small in terms of batch size. And lastly, the fee for this program is around 25 lakhs. And again, there is a slight deviation from IIM to IIM. Now, let's move to the next section where we'll talk about the program eligibility, or what are the prerequisites to get into this program. So first, of course, you need a bachelor degree in any discipline. Next, you need to have a minimum 4 years of work experience in this particular MBA program, and you need to be 25 years of age before this program. Another important element is you need to have a valid GMAT or a GRE score. Now of course there is a range of GMAT score, but on an average the GMAT score is around 710 for most of the IIMs. So again, you can see it's highly competitive program in India. And for GRE also it's around 320 plus. So this is about the eligibility. Another important element is you need to have a letter of recommendation, but few of the IIMs, they don't need the letter of recommendation. And of course then the application essays you have to write, and there is of course no need for any English test in this particular MBA program. So this is about the program eligibility. Now let's talk about some of the highlights of this program. So the first very important is the placement. If you see the average salary for this program at IIMs, it will be around 28 to 30 lakhs. Of course it ranges from IIM to IIM, but this is the average, around 28 to 30 lakhs of CTC. That's quite commendable for this program. But the important part here is the roles, the kind of roles that are being offered to these candidates. They actually range from mid-level to very senior level professionals. It could be from a product manager to senior manager to a vice president, or maybe a principal consultant, or maybe even higher than that. So that's the more important part for this program, because they come and they expect some mature candidates who can actually take the leadership roles, or maybe the senior leadership roles, because they have proved themselves before this MBA program with the help of their substantial work experience. Now the next important is a very strong brand presence which IIMs have in India. Of course, all the top IIMs, they are the best in the management education, so you can always take that strong brand presence forever. It's not only about this program. Of course, after this program you are going to get a good job and a good salary and everything, but forever this brand is going to stay with you and you will always leverage this brand. Even if you want to become an entrepreneur in future, you will really get benefited. Of course, talent and skill, definitely that matters, but this will definitely help you in future. Now another important highlight, if you see, is the ranking of this program. So as I previously mentioned, this is the actually MBA program which is being rated by Financial Times at par with the global MBA programs, and this is in the top 100, and even one or two IIMs are in the top 50. They're somewhere in the range of 40 to 60, so that is quite commendable. That's the best part of this program. They have very strong global presence as well in terms of ranking, apart from of course the other highlights of this program. And of course they have a very strong alumni network, very strong faculty, infrastructure wise this is outstanding, and it's a very short program, so you will be out of the job market for only 10 to 11 months. So that's also a very good plus point for the executives who have worked substantially in their career and they just don't want to get out of their job market for a long time. So they can just gain a lot of good and robust leadership skills during this program. This is because this program actually designed in a way where actually you build your core capabilities in terms of building blocks till the leadership skills, and then they have an international immersion program for a couple of weeks that gives an exposure where you will go to some other universities for a couple of weeks and you will attend few programs and few lectures at that university. So that gives you a lot of international exposure. You can always be gaining the cultural diversity through those international immersion programs. So these are the highlights of this program. Now let's move to the next part, which is very important, is the application process. Now when I say application process, of course first you need to have a valid GMAT or GRE score, but after that score again they take the application holistically. As I told you, this program is for executives, so they are very much focused on the leadership skills here. So your academic background, of course they look for very strong academic credentials, maybe from your previous education, from bachelor's as well as school level, and GMAT score of course. But the more important part here is the application essays, where you need to really showcase your leadership skills to the admission committee. So there will be a lot of questions ranging from various situational questions. They might ask you, give us a situation where you have demonstrated leadership ability in your organization or maybe in your communities around where you live, and maybe they ask a lot of questions with respect to goals or your aspirations, what you want to get out of this program and what's your future plan. And of course they might ask you a lot of contribution related questions, or they might ask you questions related to a lot of challenging situations that you might have faced, or what were your learnings during those challenging situations. So all the questions will revolve primarily around leadership here. Now this is about the program, but at the close I would say this is the most competitive program. And again you can see the average GMAT score, or the application process, or the personal interview, or even the extempore which is at IIM Ahmedabad. So the whole process is very, very competitive, but this is all worthwhile. This is a very good program to pursue in India, or this is my personal recommendation. If you really want to go for an MBA program in India, then definitely you should, if you can get a job after your bachelor's, then definitely work for a couple of years, maybe just cross the minimum eligibility criteria, work for 5-6 years, and then give your GMAT score, apply for this program. This will be actually a path-breaking program for your career, rather than actually jumping on to do an MBA program just after your bachelor's. Because if you get a real-time exposure, you will contribute a lot to the class, as well as it's a two-way learning. You will also learn a lot, the skills which you have gained at the workplace. You can see those skills during those MBA programs, and you will have a very mature crowd, people from diverse backgrounds, diverse industries, and with loads of experience. So this program has a lot of learning value as compared to any other program in India. So this, from my personal recommendation, is a very good program to pursue in India. So that's it from my side, and thank you so much. Keep watching. Do like, share or comment and give your feedback. If you like or dislike the video, we'll definitely improve and make good videos for you in future. Take care and bye bye.